Welcome to Unity Center of Pittsburgh. My name is Bobbi Konefal-Shaer, and I'll be your service leader today. We have with us Lucy Clabby and Bryce Rabideau as our musicians. We have a wonderful house here in Pittsburgh, and we know we're also broadcasting this service over the internet. So if you're visiting with us on the internet, welcome also. Let's start today's service with a song.
To join us, please feel free to stand and move a little bit. You're welcome to at home as well. Nobody's watching. Sing along with us. We're going to sing Day by Day. Day by day, day by day, oh dear Lord, three things I pray: to see thee more clearly, to love thee more dearly, to follow thee more nearly, day by day, day by day, day by day. Oh, dear Lord, three things I pray: to see thee more clearly, to love thee more dearly, follow thee more nearly, day by day, day by day, day by day. Oh, dear Lord, three things I pray: to see thee more clearly, to love thee more dearly, to follow thee more nearly, day by day, day by day, day by day. Oh, dear Lord, three things I pray: to see thee more clearly, to love thee more dearly, to follow thee more nearly, day by day, day by day, day by day. Oh, dear Lord, three things I pray: to see thee more clearly, to love thee more dearly, to follow thee more nearly, day by day.
Fabulous, thank you. Thanks for getting our spirits moving, our blood moving. Let's begin our time together with prayer. At Unity, we believe that prayer works. We know that prayer works. So let's quiet our thoughts and know that just as sure as that sun is shining today, that energy infused by the sun, that same God energy in different form infuses us. We are connected to that God source. All we need to do is affirm that it is so. Live it, be it, and we come together not because God needs us to. We come together to acknowledge our worth. As Eric Butterworth said, this is our worthship. We are worth changing our consciousness, getting our minds from those negative places, and practicing together, affirming our wondrousness And we affirm that this is so. Amen. Hey, let's sing again. Yeah, let's keep doing that. It keeps us moving.
You got it. Once again, feel free to sing along with us if you're at home or here with us in the space. This is Candle on the Water. I'll be your candle on the water. My love for you will always burn. I know you're lost and drifting, but the clouds are lifting. Don't give up, you have somewhere to turn. I'll be your candle on the water till every wave is warm and bright. My soul is there beside you. Let this candle guide you. Soon you'll see a golden stream of light. A cold and friendless tide has found you. Don't let the stormy darkness pull you down. I'll paint a ray of hope around you, circling in the air, lighted by a prayer. I'll be your candle on the water. This flame inside of me will grow. Keep holding on, you'll make it. Here's my hand, so take it. Look for me, reaching out to show, as sure as rivers flow. I'll never let you go. I'll never let you go. I'll never let you go.
With that candle verse, let's light our own Christ candle. We know that the God energy never lets us go. And this little light is a symbol of that. And we light the Christ candle. To remind us of our conscious connection with God mind. And with that, let us say our unity principles. So with me, God is the source and creator of all. There is no other enduring power. God is good and present everywhere. We are spiritual beings created in God's image. The Spirit of God lives within each person. Therefore, all people are inherently good. We create our life experiences through our way of thinking. Through prayer and meditation, we increase our conscious contact with God, bringing forth love, wisdom, health, prosperity, and everything good. Knowledge of these spiritual principles is not enough. We must live them. Yes, we must live them. The alternative is living in that space. We've all been there, where we're confused or anxious or hurt or all those things that don't serve us, that don't allow us to remember that we are connected to God. So as we learn to let go of that, to turn our attention away, we learn that we are connected. And we spend more and more time with that. Coming together in our worship service is part of that learning. So with that, let's hear about the grace that flows down.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Amazing love, now flowing down, healing my heart with a peace that sets me free. God's grace is here, it covers me. It covers me. It covers me. It covers me. And it covers you. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Amazing love, now flowing down, healing my heart with a peace that sets me free. God's grace is here, it covers me. It covers me. It covers me. It covers me. And it covers you. And it covers you. And it covers you.
Oh, thank you. Wow. It covers me and it covers you, which goes into our daily word, which is loving. I am a loving, caring presence. Just as the sun shines on everyone and everything, I am a loving presence to everyone I meet. My kind words, welcoming smile, and compassionate actions all spring from the love that is part of my divine identity. Being a loving presence draws me closer to God and to all people. I want to share the love I've known throughout the seasons of my life, at heights of triumphs and joy, and the depths of loss and suffering. God is love, and so am I. No matter who I meet or what they're going through, I am loving. I bring support, kindness, solace, and comfort, and share them lavishly without thought of reciprocity. And from Romans, owe no one anything except to love one another, for the one who loves another has fulfilled the law. So I invite you to join me in repeating today's affirmation 3 times. I am a loving, caring presence. I am a loving, caring presence. I am a loving, caring presence. And now our blessing of the children. Bring into your mind the children in your lives, in your family, your friends. Hold in your heart the children you know and love, and feel that same love expand to children everywhere around the world. May all children know and share in God's trust and love to move confidently through their own divine selves, full of imagination, creativity, and love. May they receive praise, gratitude, and encouragement, and always be loved as their true spiritual selves. We recognize and honor all children everywhere. We send our light and love to all children, and we bless them as their true light of God. Thank you.
Thank you, Jan. That was our friend Jan Kalin. As we transition from that moment of prayerful energy into working with our own intentions, we come here not fully victorious. No, we're living this life on this planet, on planet Earth. We bring with us our lives, our thoughts, yea, our fears, our concerns. So I invite you to pull forth those things that are concerning, whether it's a concern about yourself or a family member or someone for whom you promised to pray. Let's bring all these needs into this circle. Jesus said, "For wherever 2 or more are gathered, I am there also." So here we are. Here we are, gathered, striving, knowing that as we affirm our power, affirm our wholeness, we affirm it for all members that we love, all members that we know, and even those we don't know. We affirm prosperity and life. We affirm goodness that flows through even as we breathe. Our Godness is striving to push forth into expression as we move ourselves and our issues behind us. There is nothing else that can happen but that God moves through us. So we see these issues blooming in beautiful fruition. Health, prosperity, right circumstances, goodness abounding in our lives as we've seen it before, and we come here with faith, knowing that we and our intentions make a difference. So as we continue to picture the outfoldment of good in all these issues, let us breathe one more time. and know that healing and prosperity and hope is our birthright, and so it is. And I'm noticing that the energy in this room is lovely and quiet. I may not even need to recommend that we, as we sit in this chair, that we prepare ourselves for some even more quiet into our meditation. With this song.
In this very room, there's quite enough love for all of us. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for all of us. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For spirit, one spirit, is in this very room.
As you breathe in, loving spirit, feel yourselves in your chair with your feet planted on this wondrous earth. We'll be spending the next few minutes breathing in this spirit, drinking in the wondrousness of this full, rich life that courses through us. Breathe in and maybe get a little taller. And as you breathe out, settle into your chair. For we are coming as children to this place, just as we remembered earlier of those, that there are other children in this world, physical children. We come into this place of meditation as an unencumbered child, fresh, free of our inhibitions that we've accumulated over the years, clear that we have everything we need to do any of the tasks in front of us. Breathe in the richness and the beauty of who we are. For we are part of God. And God is bigger and bolder and mightier than any perceived obstacle or difficulty. Feel that power coursing through you. As it moves through you, it heals the rough edges. It's as though God is smiling down, but not from above, from within. as the power that moves us, that programs each cell within to know to replicate and exactly how to do it. We need not control very much. As in the next breath we let go and let God be God in us. As we practice aligning our thoughts to this wondrous godness, this beautiful energy that propels the universe, that propels the galaxies. We are part of a vast system, a necessary part. With our part to play in the healing of the universe, and perhaps in the healing of another's grief in a moment to come. And as we get cozy with this understanding that we are part of the structure of God with a distinct role to play, let us put our energy into affirming that yes, we want to play our part. We are instruments of God's work. And so we align with that goodness, with that godness, more and more, as we strive to make it our go-to place. The secret silence as we commune with our God self. Pushing past doubts and fears, they burst as a bubble when we have the truth like a mighty sword. And as we moved back to this room, aware that there are others here with us, we seek to unite with their thoughts. For we are a whole community, aligning our thoughts, striving for the good and goodness to outpicture. For we will accomplish great things that may at first seem impossible. But with God, nothing is impossible. So I invite you to take a couple more breaths as you come into this place. Feel your body in your chair. Maybe stretch your shoulders a bit. Aware and happy that you chose to be here in the flow with all the good that comes from it. And so it is. Thank you. And now we have our solo, Wildflowers.
Yeah. Since it is summertime, I'm going to sing about wildflowers today. You belong among the wildflowers. You belong in a boat out at sea. Sail away, kill off the hours. You belong somewhere you feel free. Run away, go find a lover. Go away, somewhere bright and new. I have seen no other who compares with you. You belong among the wildflowers. You belong in a boat out at sea. You belong with your love on your arm. You belong somewhere you feel free. Run away, go find a lover. Run away, let your heart be your guide. You deserve the deepest of cover. You belong in that home by and by. You belong among the wildflowers. You belong somewhere close to me, far away from your trouble and worry. You belong somewhere you feel free. You belong somewhere you feel free.
Perfect. Thank you. And now we're ready to present our speaker. And with us today is Vince Lisi, coming to us from Youngstown, Ohio, our very good friend. And he's proposing a better solution to an old problem. Vince.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for the opportunity of addressing you here this morning. It continues to be a great joy for me to greet you in these monthly teachings. My focus, as you know, has been to move us forward in constructing a life we most want to live based on the guidance of the Holy Spirit within us. Well, this will always be the focus of my teachings. I do want to address a lingering problem for many of us, one that has a tendency to limit our forward movement. It is precisely in removing this limitation that I want to focus on in today's topic, namely, a better solution to an old problem. I will begin with the presentation of the problem, proceed to advice that you often give to others, propose a new and better solution to the problem, and then gently invite you to take this advice. Let's begin first of all with the problem. The problem that many of us still deal with on our spiritual path. Unfortunately, dealing with very, very low energies, especially the problem of guilt and shame. Many psychologists would say, and I would agree with them, that guilt and shame are the lowest human energies to deal with. I've thought about these energies for quite some time because many people think that fear and doubt are the lowest energies. But there's a clear difference between fear and doubt and guilt and shame. Fear and doubt have much more to do with the future. They make you hesitant to move into the future. But guilt and shame deal with your past. Guilt and shame are actions and thoughts that you have done, that have already occurred. And for many, they are a block to your future. This notion of guilt and shame has two very significant, problematic experiences. The first experience is that the person can easily forgive others for their past lower expressions, but many times they cannot forgive themselves. It's interesting. It's amazing how we can forgive others, but we just cannot seem to forgive ourselves for the past. I think you know what I mean. Thoughts like, I should have known better, or look at all the harm that I have caused others. They weigh very heavily upon us. And the person comes back to these thoughts again and again. Look what I've done. Look at the harm that I've caused. More guilt, more shame. And as you know, when you focus on those lower energies, they simply increase. More guilt, more shame. But there's a second problem as well. Let's say that such a person is sincerely trying to develop their spirituality, and they want to move beyond guilt and shame. It just takes one person to say to them, well, who do you think you are? Look what you have done. Just one person to make such a comment. Or even the person who is trying to develop their spirituality simply saying to themselves, oh my God, look at all of the skeletons I have in my closet. Who do I think I am? Look what I have done. And quickly, the downward spiral begins, down into guilt and shame. It's so difficult to acknowledge our deeds of the past and to see them without recalling that, well, we should have known better. We should have done better. The problem of guilt and shame is often still very much with us. Now, let's take a moment to ask the person who is dealing with guilt and shame, what advice would you give to others who are feeling guilty and shameful about their past? Or better yet, what advice would you give to your kids if they came to you feeling very down because they've regretted their past actions? May I suggest that you would probably give your children the following 3 pieces of advice. And I applaud you for how much you've been able to handle the situation. The first piece of advice I think you would give them is that, well, they were doing the best they could at the moment. They were just doing the best they could at the moment. You would probably go on to tell them that, we all have certain lessons to learn in life, and that our past actions teach us about ourselves. That's good advice. You would probably also go on to say that the people involved with them at the time were also doing the best they could. And they too were learning their lessons in life, just as you were. Again, what excellent advice you would give them. The second advice I suggest you would probably give your kids is that who they are now is not who they were in the past. You would probably tell them that they have grown beyond their past identity into a much better present identity of a loving, kind person. You might even recall the words from A Course in Miracles that our past view of ourselves was a case of mistaken identity. We were in the grip of the ego, even though we didn't know it. Now, however, we know better. And you would probably tell your kids to follow the advice of Maya Angelou. When you know better, you do better. Again, what wonderful advice you would give to your children, helping them to see the past for what it is, a learning device to teach elevated lessons of life, which they can now use in their present identity, no longer mistaking who they are. And again, your advice would be spot on. The third piece of advice you'd probably give your kids is for them to let the past be the past. Let the past be the past. Let the past be the past. So much easier said than done. But wouldn't we at least tell them this? Surely you would encourage them not to stay stuck in the past old energies of guilt and shame, but rather to move forward with love and joy in their lives. Surely you would tell them that the lessons of the past have brought direction to their future, and they should look with appreciation of the past, but focus on the future. Let the past be the past. Again, your advice would be spot on. We learn from the past, but the focus is always moving into the future. Your 3 pieces of advice to your kids: that they were doing the best they could at the time, that who they are now is not who they were then, and let the past be the past, are wonderful examples of your spiritual growth. You have learned your spiritual lessons, and you are passing on this guidance to your children and friends. Now, I have a question for you. Why can't you take your own advice? Why can't you listen to yourself concerning guilt and shame? So let me now give you a better solution to an old problem. The title of today's teaching: a better solution than even the advice you would give your children. I encourage you to listen closely. The better advice to your past experiences of shame and guilt, we all have them, has 2 phases. The first one you kind of know, but the second one is really the key. The first phase. The first phase, that is a better solution to the problem of guilt and shame, is one that you kind of know, but perhaps have not accepted yet. This knowing that we were playing the game of separation. And the whole purpose of the game of separation was that we did consciously dim our lights precisely so that we could experience the lousy feelings of fear and doubt, and the even lousier feelings of guilt and shame. And not only the feelings of guilt and shame with others, but also a sense of feeling guilty and shameful with God, as though God could not possibly love us because of the things that we had done directly to others, and thus indirectly to God itself. Shame upon shame, guilt upon guilt, not only regretting our past action with others, but being ashamed of even being in the presence of God with all of the skeletons jangling their bones in our closets. Such a low point for us. But knowing that we played the game of separation is such a big help to us, that we have intentionally dimmed our lights to experience separations from ourselves, from others, and from God, to understand what these separations felt like. With the worst energies of the game of separation, the worst energies of the game of separation, not fear and doubt, but guilt and shame. So you know about the game of separation. But why do you have such a hard time accepting it? And still hold on to the idea that, well, you should have known better. This is a very important question for you to answer. May I suggest that you are now ready to experience the key to the game of separation and the key to really moving beyond the obstacles of guilt and shame. What I am suggesting to you does take some time and attention, but is vitally important in enabling you to release your past. Here it is. The biggest obstacle in letting go of your past is pride. The biggest obstacle in letting go of your past is pride. It's the pride of the ego. This is what is keeping you trapped. Do you not see that it is your pride that keeps you locked into your past? You, the little you, the ego, should have known better. I should have known better. What an arrogant statement from the little you. Pride is the origin of all of our problems, because we try to do it our way rather than the Spirit's way. That was the whole purpose of the game of separation, to experience trying to do it your way and seeing the results. Pride, I would suggest, really is your ego at work in its most subtle form. You, the little you, the egoic you. Oh, you should have known better. Your spiritual ego at work. It's pride, pride, pride. It's your unwillingness to admit that the little you, which you have so dearly loved and protected, has been the problem all along. Now listen more closely. When you are in the Spirit, right now at this moment, do you not clearly understand this? Right at this moment, don't you clearly understand? Right now, when you observe yourself in the Spirit, do you not see clearly that it was the little you that did not know better, so that you could have had the experience of separation? See, right now, right at this moment, you know that presence within you is able to look at that little ego of the past and understand that you were having the experience of separation. It's your ego that keeps you trapped. It's your pride. I should have known better. Oh my gosh. I should have known better. That won't let go of your separation. You may still be playing the game of separation because of pride, that spiritual ego. You will have to ponder this situation. Think about it again and again and again. But I guarantee you, if you still feel guilt and shame, you're in your spiritual ego. Look what I've done. I should have known better. Again, put yourself in the spirit right now and clearly experience the forgiveness of yourself. It was a game, an experience of separation. Get over your pride, the last and lowest energy in the game of separation. But one more thing, very quickly. Please remember that others were playing the game of separation with you. And they too will have to get over their pride, which they might presently be viewing as victimization by you. Oh boy, they were playing the game too. In conclusion, I've tried to give you a better way to release an old problem of guilt and shame. Please take the time to listen to this teaching, the advice you'd give to your kids, and maybe releasing pride. But don't listen with your head. Move it through your conscious inner experience. Surely with Helen Schuckman and William Thetford, co-authors of A Course in Miracles, who said, there must be a better way. There must be a better way to deal with shame and guilt. May I suggest you have just heard this better way, and to be able to release forever a problem that might still continue to block you. Guilt and shame, time to be done. Namaste.
Thank you, Vince, for helping us understand a better solution for healing guilt and shame, pride. Wow. So let's move into our prosperity practice. Thank you for joining me in this practice. In our spiritual practice here in Unity, we recognize that it's through God's unlimited supply that each one of us is prosperous in our own affairs. And we gratefully recognize and acknowledge the many ways that prosperity has expressed itself in our own lives. We know that when we give freely, without fear or lack of limitation, we demonstrate our trust in God. We understand God's unlimited supply is always available. And as we give, we share in God's abundance and are blessed in all aspects of our lives. So with this assurance in your heart and mind, please hold your offering in your hand as we express our prayer of gratitude together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am grateful. And let's join Lucy and Bryce in their song, Let It Be, as the ushers collect our offering.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking
let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. For though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Shine until tomorrow, let it be. I wake up to the sound of music. Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Oh, let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, Lucy Clabby and Bryce Rabideau, for wonderful music today. Did you enjoy all of it? I thought it was so beautiful. Literally moved me to tears. Thank you. So I would like to make the announcements this morning. We have something really special coming up next week. As you may know, we are really excited about growth. We believe in spiritual principles here at Unity, and we want to connect with other like-minded individuals. We know that there are people just like us, beautiful people that know the truth inside their hearts. And so what came out of that desire on our Board of Trustees is a committee called the Membership Growth Committee. And it is headed up by Kenna Raymond and Mike Hamaluski. And as part of that, we decided to invite a group of like-minded individuals to come, and we have a guest speaker next week, and his name is Dr. Doug Knuven. And Dr. Doug Knuven is a holistic veterinarian. And what he is going to be talking about is the power within us to heal. It is called Healing Through Divine Light. And Dr. Doug Knuven is a member of the Edgar Cayce group. For anyone who's ever heard or read any of the material by Edgar Cayce, it's very much in alignment with unity. The Fillmores and Edgar Cayce, actually Charles Fillmore is also looked upon as a mystic, and so was Edgar Cayce. And the belief is that the knowing that we can heal ourselves by going within. So he's going to be, Dr. Doug Knuven's going to be here next Sunday and giving us our message and our meditation for healing. So I hope that everyone comes in. We're going to have a really nice little get-together, a fellowship afterwards with snacks in our fellowship room, and I think it's going to be a really good opportunity to meet people. So please feel free to come next Sunday. Also, I want to let you know that a couple of things. In August, Tricia Sullivan is going to be heading up a Pittsburgh trivia game here in the sanctuary. Put that on your calendar for August the 20th. All right, it's going to be a lot of fun. And we're also marking our calendar for our fundraiser. Our fun, with no D, fundraiser started up last September with Donna Hemiluski heading that up. And we are going to have a kickoff spaghetti dinner on Saturday, September the 10th. Yours truly will be preparing the fresh meat sauce, and we're going to be in the kitchen. We've got a lot of runners, so sign up for that. But I'm going to invite Donna to come up and tell us a little bit more about it.
Thank you, Marianne. Good morning, everyone. So this fundraiser provides the opportunity for everyone to get involved. It has something that everyone has a talent for. There are 5 committees. That's what I want to give you this morning. The Setup and Takedown Committee is chaired by Michael Himileski. The Kitchen Crew by Marianne. The Silent Auction by Jan Kalin. Live Service Auction is Dorothy Washington. And hosted events will be chaired by me. I've had 4 hosted events already. We are going to fill your social calendar up. I've had a couple of questions between the difference between the 2 auctions. The silent auction is just like eBay. Okay, in other words, we donate items, we put them on display with sheets of paper where they're actually the bidding papers. And you start out with a low bid, and then if you're interested in that item, you just keep adding at $5 increments, and it goes to the highest bidder. And you will take that item home that night, and the winners will be announced during this live auction. The live service auction, think of lessons or something that you have like a photograph learning session, that type of thing. A massage, a Reiki session, computer assistance. We had that last year, 4 hours of how do you work with your computer and save those files. Another one I've seen is a weekend at a family cabin. I've seen where people auction off their family cabin. Let's get to hosted events. Those are going to be sign-up sheets also in which you host an event. You get to choose the date, the time, and we're going to spread that out over the year. And examples of that are like our drumming circle that we already had, our wonderful Christmas potluck sing-along, that was a huge hit, movie night, white elephant bingo that I can attest was a hit, a nature walk, that type of thing. So in other words, the difference, the live auction are actually service type things, and the silent auction are donated items in which you bid on like eBay. And if you have any questions or you want to sign up for any of these events, number one, we have our sign-up sheets here, or else you can send an email to our Unity email address, and we'll get you put on the board. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Marianne. Thank you, Donna. This has been quite a service. And you notice there's quite a few people who are taking part in our service. Vince from afar, Jan. Thank you, everyone. And thank each and every one of you for bringing your consciousness, your heart, your music. And now it's time for our closing prayer. So together, let's affirm all this completeness, saying, the light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds me. I am love. The power of God protects me. I am power. The presence of God watches over me. I am presence. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Have a lovely week. We'll see you next week for Doug Knuven. Peace.